We didn't even know who was going to be a part of this. I just knew they gave... Oh, my God. Are they for real? Wait, it's actually a chase? GG's. GG's. Lock in. Everybody spam locked. Everybody spam locked. Everybody spam locked real quick. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, that could make it...
Wait, hold on. What the fuck?
Then
Wait.
Starts to drive more recklessly.
Wait.
He sees the units behind it. But clearly...
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't helping either because he's...
Escape or get arrested.
So it really puts the officers...
Escape or arrested, bro.
To figure out whether it is best to have those officers trailing from behind or to just leave the helicopter overhead. They want to protect life and property.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they speeding.
Whatever option is going to guarantee
oh my gosh, they speeding.
Don't get hurt.
Oh my gosh, she's speeding. She or he is speeding. Holy. Holy.
Residential neighborhood coming up to a
Holy.
He had the red and turned in front of another car, cut him off. But fortunately, no collision there. This
okay.
is south on Hoover now at 97th. But
Hoover Street. Okay.
Almost freeway speeds on surface streets here in the South
okay.
LA area, which is what makes
South Los
so
Angeles. It's Jamal. Nigga, what the fuck?
So when we originally heard about the pursuit, it was on the westbound 105 freeway, and then he exited and has been on surface streets ever since.
Okay, he looked like a decent driver. He looked like a decent driver. He looked like he know what he's doing.
Onto the same streets. Figueroa, he's been on that a few times. Century, which we're on now, he's been on that multiple times. So this does appear to be an area that this driver is familiar with here in the South LA area.
Oh, shit.
On the, just off of the 110
What car is this, Chad? What type of car is this?
Freeways.
Oh, shit. Get him on a call. No, nigga. No, nigga. No, I'm not getting nobody on the call.
Anywhere within our line of sight, calling.
Mercedes.
Real quick so that we can look. But there we go. Just entering the frame there. So they're not directly behind him, but maybe about a quarter mile behind. They're trying to give him a little bit of room. What I heard the LAPD...
So is that like an old school Benz, like the 2000s?
In the general area.
Is that a 2000s old school Benz? Low key?
Let's just get some units in the general area, just in case this guy does crash or abandon the vehicle. Then the officers will be close by and able to take him or her.
Oh my gosh, she cutting up. He cutting up. Chat, also remind me that Drewski dropped the part 2. It's in New Orleans, so it's in New Orleans. So I'm not gonna lie, bro. It fits the aesthetic for today. Cause tomorrow we go to New Orleans.
See the driver because the window is down.
Turn volume up.
But we haven't really had a good chance to look at the passenger side of the car, so it makes it difficult to see how many people may be inside. But again, this started off as a DUI violation, so the driver was driving in a way that led officers from the LAPD Southeast Division to believe that perhaps this person was under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Is LA the only city that live stream police chases?
But of course, failed to yield, and the pursuit's been on ever since. About 20-25 minutes into it now.
What other city does it? He's watching? No, he's not. Bro, if you're watching this, make a left. Bro, if you're watching this, make a left, bro. If you're watching this, make a left, bro. Okay, that was obvious. You feel me? No, but if you're really watching this, make a right.
Manchester, we've been here before.
If you're really watching this, make a right.
So the driver, as you said,
if you're watching this, make a right.
Desperate, continuing to turn whatever way he has to, run whatever red light he has to, in order to try to get away. Now, the officers are asking right now on the scanner if they believe that this person may potentially be
armed. Hold on, the next turn. The next turn, whatever turn you make a right if you're watching this.
They want to know what they're dealing with. They want to know if perhaps this person could be armed. As far as they know, this driver is just under the influence.
He's not. He's not. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? Oh my God. What is he doing? Big ass McDonald's.
Yeah, you did see that correctly. Those were 2 units that were approaching the scene, but didn't have their lights and sirens on. They were told to just kind of act cool, for lack of a better word, and just stay there as the driver went by. Because, again, they don't want to make him any more nervous than he probably already is. They don't want him to drive any more recklessly than he already has. So the thought process in the whole tracking mode is that if perhaps he doesn't see those units, he'll think this is no longer a pursuit and will start to drive more normally, or perhaps will even just pull over and bring things to an end.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. He has made a right by the Ralph's restaurant, and honestly, you talking too much, bitch. Let me go ahead and commentate over this one, okay? We have a guy heading southbound on. He makes a sharp left.
I was gonna say north, but he just made a turn here onto 84th Street. So we're between St. Andrews and Western on 84th, residential area on both sides of the street, as you can see. Again, we're shooting this from a distance because he's right on final two. So this is where the planes are flying right over to before they land at the airport. So that's why we can't get in there right above him. We're just kind of shooting it from the 105 freeway. And so from this distance, we can kind of see him pop out every now and then, but continuing to make his way westbound on surface streets here in South LA.
Right, and I'm not going to lie, like, the fact that you cut me off like that was unprofessional. When you're talking, I allow you to talk. When I talk, I talk. As you guys can see, he almost hit a motherfucking car. And that car got so scared that it had to pull over. Now, the car
is a dangerous one, but fortunately at this point, he hasn't really hit anything as far as we know. Close call with those pedestrians earlier, but they were fine. And right now, as far as I can tell, he's still behind the tree. There he is, just popping out right now. As he approaches Manchester yet again. But now he's going southbound, so he's actually going to come a little bit closer to us if he does continue heading southbound. Again, because of LAX, we can't really get any closer, so he kind of needs to come to us in order for us to get right overhead. But he is entering Inglewood, still highly residential area, just off of Van Ness and 88th.
You know, I'm not even going to address what you just did again, but let's go ahead and get into it. He is now cutting up.
It's quite possible, Colleen. This is an older model car, so I really don't know how great of a condition it might be.
Okay, you gonna let me talk or what? What are you gonna do? You gonna let me talk? Okay, so listen, this is a 2000s Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, quite possibly. I did notice he slowed down too, so that might have been around that same time as well. Again, at this point, this pursuit's been going on now about 25 minutes. We're probably encroaching upon 30. Unknown how long he had been driving prior to, how he's doing in terms of gas, of course. But again, at this point, it's tracking mode only, which is why we're not seeing any units directly behind it. But we do still have the airship overhead, and I continue to hear him calling out the streets so that the officers in the area who are in their patrol units waiting to swoop in will know where this vehicle comes to a stop and can hopefully make that arrest.
So I understand what you're saying. He's going out at an 88 miles per hour speed, running through red lights. He doesn't give a fuck. Look at the lane that he's in. He actually does not care. He cuts in front of this car right here. He's a reckless.
The watch commander. So the watch commander.
Bitch, shut up. It's my shit now, bitch. As you can see, he keep driving like he don't give no fucks, bro. We on Van Ness Avenue, West 104th Street. He just passed a mail. What if he had hit that mail truck right there? A lot of people would have never got their mail. But look, he's driving at a calm pace, not knowing that the helicopter can obviously see where he's at. He is not at a good stand.
That made no sense to me. He had the road open right in front of him.
That's what I was saying.
But I'm actually hearing right now on the scanner that because of that little move that he just did, it's too dangerous. So just what I was talking about right now, a second ago, the danger level in all of this, the watch commander has determined that it's safest to just let this guy go. So at this point, they're terminating the pursuit. It's going to go right under us here for just a second, but we'll pick him up as he goes under the aircraft here. But again, what we're hearing on the scanner is because of these maneuvers that we just witnessed that were simply too dangerous, the LAPD has decided to let this one go and cancel the pursuit.
that means they will no longer be chasing this guy. That means it is either up to the helicopter to remain the eyes on him, because it actually gets to a point where, like, you can't risk your life. You feel me? So let's see where we stand here with the helicopter on him.
Driving, they can go wait for this person at home. But in terms of having units or even the airship overhead, it sounds like LAPD has determined that it is just safer to let this guy try to head home or head to a friend's house or a parking structure, but do that on his own without them trailing him in any way, and hopefully they'll be able to get him at some other point.
They canceled the whole pursuit. They're about to end the stream.
So I believe it actually started on surface streets, Colleen, but then he quickly jumped on the 105, which is how that started. So as you were saying, normally LAPD doesn't patrol the freeways, so it wouldn't have kicked off there. But that is the CHP's jurisdiction. But in this case, since those units were already trailing him from the road onto the freeway, they were able to stick with him. But he actually didn't stay on the 105 freeway for very long. He got off very quickly and then was on surface streets ever since for the duration of the pursuit.
Oh my God, he got 2 helicopters on his ass. Chad, he got 2. Chad, how many stars he got? He probably got like 3. 3 max. 3 max stars right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He got no more than 3. At most 2.5 type shit. But it's definitely 3 stars. With 2 helicopters, it ain't, no, it's not 4. It's not 4. He would have cars on him if it was 4. It's not 4. It's on the point where, like, on the mini map, he can see where the cops are, but they're around the corner and down the block. And they're approaching him, but he's just not in the sight of them. That's the standpoint that he's in right now, chat. He's at 3. He's definitely on 3 stars right now.
Yeah, so he's on Crenshaw Boulevard at El Segundo. There's the LAPD airship. So he's kind of still keeping tabs on him, even though technically they're not officially in pursuit anymore. But he's just beyond this building.
Right.
So we'll see him pop out here. He's stuck in traffic, so he's going to be forced to continue westbound here. So coming out here in just a sec. There he is.
Okay. Right. Look at him, chat. Look at this sneaky little doggy. But you know how mad I would be, bro, if I got into an accident because a dumb nigga wanted to recklessly drive on the road? Bro, that shit is so annoying. Like, bro, you know how much bullshit those other people gonna have to deal with now? And it being a car, you know how annoying that shit is?
In the area of Hawthorne Airport near the 105 freeway, so that's kind of what we're tracking here.
He cutting up.
But we're in Hawthorne and continuing westbound, so if he continues in this general direction, it would eventually get him to LAX, and that has been a very popular spot for pursuit drivers to head to because they're getting knowledgeable that oftentimes when pursuits head to LAX, it's really difficult for the airship to follow, and of course there's lots of parking structures and lots of places to hide. So as of late, it has become a popular spot for some of these pursuits.
Helicopter right here. Oh my God.
Right now, he is heading in that general area.
Wow.
Go ahead, Michael.
But what the fuck do you do here? Chat, what do you do from here, chat? No way. That's my crib. Niggas do not see our cribs, you're lying.
Yeah, he was going freeway speeds on surface streets.
Oh my God, where's he going?
Slowing down here, heading into an alley.
Hold on, he in the alley. Hold on.
That's interesting to me because unless you know an area pretty well, how would you know where an alley is and if it's going to be a dead end, right? So,
Barbara, this is why you need to shut the fuck up and give me the mic. You're pointing out the obvious. Barbara, shut the fuck up, please. Like, just shut up.
Down an alley that borders a street on one side and then a commercial area on the other. So let's see what this leads him to.
Oh!
It's like a parking lot that will lead him back out onto Crenshaw Boulevard if he cuts through the parking lot. But perhaps he's going to park. It looks like he might be parking.
Oh, shit.
So, Jim, if we could come around.
Fly the shit around the shit!
So he's just on the other side of this building.
Fly the shit!
Can't quite see him, so we're going to just kind of keep a little bit of a loose shot, see if maybe anyone gets out of the vehicle, or if they park, or if they're just kind of trying to figure out where to go from here. But again, Crenshaw at 139.
Bro, fly the shit around, gang.
Going into a...
Oh my God, oh my gosh, W calm. Oh my gosh, that was calm. That was so calm. That was so calm. What the fuck? Wow. Wow.
Crenshaw and 139 right on the
That was actually good.
So out of the car.
That was good calms, I'm not gonna lie.
As we were saying,
you said that?
Coming back in. Maybe, yeah, just getting a snack or
shit.
Yeah, maybe a cigarette in his
Oh shit, yeah, Barbara. Let these niggas cook, please.
We're not necessarily done yet.
Okay.
And, you know, could have been an opportunity for units to move in, but at this point now, with no one directly behind the suspect, there was, you know, it's just getting kind of to that point where they have a lot more freedom to do things if there's no units directly behind them. Making a turn now.
I mean, he didn't even have time to pay for anything, did he?
Did he? Or did he not?
I don't know. That's true. You know, even if you tapped your card or something there, or if you just threw a $20 bill, or if you just grabbed something and ran back in the car. But you're right. He was only in there for maybe 20 seconds. As definitely had a craving for something, I suppose. But
what the fuck?
Well, he seemed to be slowing down.
What?
Okay, if we could get.
Okay, they switch back, but it's. Bro, this is boring. Yo, mods, can y'all find me the other POV, please? Come on, how you just gain aura and lose aura that quick, my nigga?
Yeah, it was initially the DUI reason was why they tried to pull him over. So perhaps he was swerving, driving a little erratically, and so an officer tried to pull him over. It was an officer from the LAPD Southeast Division, which is essentially the South LA area of the city, and the driver failed to yield, and the pursuit was on, which added that failure to yield charge. Anytime you don't stop when an officer tries to stop you, it's automatically a failure to yield. On top of that, we've obviously witnessed some reckless driving, so we can add that to the mix. So DUI, reckless driving, failure to yield. But you'll remember he was driving so crazy compared to what he's driving right now that the LAPD decided it was best to just kind of let him go for now. They know who this person likely is because as far as we know, the car's not stolen.
What the fuck?
Unclear if he's armed. They couldn't really get an answer to that. But we did see him stop there momentarily at a local business, but is now back on residential streets in the Hawthorne area.
Oh, here we go. W Sonny. Hold on, where's the voiceover? Where the voiceover at? Oh, shit. There's no audio on this motherfucker. Oh, fuck.
Car's not stolen.
Hold on, Simba. Did Simba cook? Did Simba cook? Did Simba cook? PWL.
Senses are a bit relieved at this point. Something tells me that he is probably he was probably very lightly aware of that helicopter. He could probably hear it and doesn't hear it anymore, although he probably hears ours, so who knows what he's thinking in terms of helicopters. But I think he just feels less pressure, more likely. I think the fact that he was able to
wait, do you mean you drunk type shit, right? Are you under the influence?
Kind of gives him the freedom to get back in the car and maybe just
that's what that means.
Down, maybe just go home or find another.
God damn!
Bro,
y'all niggas is mad close.
But
how many helicopters?
Eventually, who knows how much
driver under influence?
Initially, he's actually going slower than a lot of the traffic that is traveling down Rosecrans right now. So he's really behaving much differently. That was the hope originally when they first initiated this pursuit and then put it into tracking mode. They were hoping that by pulling back and giving him a little bit of freedom and breathing room that he would slow down. But in fact, that wasn't the case. He actually continued some really dangerous maneuvers, including ramming through that fence. But ever since he ran through a fucking fence, it's almost like a completely different driver behind the wheel of that Mercedes.
Well, there's a lot of things that he is liable for.
Is that a WL car?
Among them, of course, the knocking down of the gate, the reckless driving, the incredible reckless driving that we have witnessed. We don't know if he hit anything else or sideswiped anything else before we got a hold of the pursuit. But he did cause some property damage, and he put a lot of people in danger.
God damn it.
We don't know if this qualifies as felony evading or not.
God damn it.
They have elected, the LAPD has, to back off to call off their own helicopter, to call off their ground units. He has certainly slowed down. The temperature of this whole thing has dropped, and that is good for everybody. It's safer, literally, for everyone.
Sure is. And you don't see any evidence.
It's remarkable.
It really is remarkable, the change in his driving behavior, and you don't see any other signs of law enforcement behind him.
No sign of law enforcement at all, either in the air or on the ground. I can guarantee you they are watching our feed, but for the time being, they are giving him the freedom to basically think twice about his life.
Nigga called Lester, chat.
Move on with his day.
Nigga called Lester.
They don't see it at this point as the threat that it was just a few minutes ago, and certainly that jives. I mean, this is like a completely different person behind the wheel. If he was, if he was suspected of being under the influence earlier, I mean, he's completely composed here, going so much slower, so much more.
Nigga, that ass called Lester. It's just the way he drives. I that ass can relate to that shit. Because once you call Lester, you can't get the cops on you again. You gotta drive so normal.
Red lights and stop signs, just blending in with traffic, and
Yo, have y'all niggas ever been so bored that y'all niggas start actually following the rules of society in GTA? Like, have y'all niggas been so bored on GTA that y'all niggas stop at red lights? Like, you start doing the normal, like you start walking like, instead of driving. You deadass start going to the store, get stuff to eat, like living the normal. Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's a different type of boredom. Like, when you start following the rules of society in GTA, that shit is crazy.
If they had more violent crimes that he was wanted for, they would not go quite.
You try to faking being a cop in story mode is crazy. That's kind of bro. Faking being a cop in GTA, going to the store, solely putting on a button up with a vest, with some slacks, with a taser, and going around trying to stop criminals is crazy, my nigga. That's insane.
It's a tough call. They have their protocols, but it's still a tough call because every pursuit is different. Every driver behind the wheel of these getaway vehicles, they're always different. They have a different mentality.
Chat, why I want to play The Sims?
And they have a different
chat, should we start The Sims? Why do I want to play The Sims so bad?
I'm actually a little surprised to see the drastic change of behavior here.
I might play it today, low key.
We saw during the first half of this episode. And now,
I might play The Sims today.
Like
yes, it's fine.
All right, Chris Christie in Air 7.
Hold on, which Sims should I play though?
If this changes, of course, we will certainly go back to it.
I'll play it today. Which Sim should I play?
Worked out well. The suspect not in custody, but also obeying the speed limit and
Sims 4
straightening up his act, it appears. So
sure is. So we're going to move on. Neighbors speaking out after a pregnant teenager is run down and killed in Riverside. Her baby now clinging to life in a hospital.
Police have arrested a 19-year-old man they say was in a relationship with the victim's younger sister. Inland Empire reporter Leticia Juarez spoke with neighbors who are still trying to process the tragedy they witnessed.
What?
There was like a car that just